All right, fifth graders, bear with me. This is the first time Mrs. Peterson's tried to do this. If it doesn't work, well, I'm sorry. Okay, so we're switching gears. We're going from multiplication now to division. So here we go. We've done a little bit of division already. I have an example problem here for you. It's an area model. Now in this one, we have the width. We don't have the length, but we do know what the area is. Remember, we learned that length times width equals area. Well, I know the area. I know the width, but I don't know what my length is. So I'm going to convert this from a multiplication problem to a division problem by putting my product, making it my divisor, making it my whole, dividing it by 10, and that's going to give me my length. So 200 divided by 10. Well, let's use place value discs. Remember these from 4th grade. There's 100 and there's 100. When I divide this by 10, I get 10. And when I divide this one by 10, I also get 10. 10 plus 10 is 20. So the length of my garden is going to be 20 feet. Keep this in mind because this is going to be a story problem on your problem set and on your homework. So I kind of already just gave you a preview of the discs. We're going to do it 3 ways today. We're going to do it with the disc. We're going to do it with the place value chart, you remember, and we're going to do it with just place value understanding. So all my friends that are tired of doing manipulatives, here's your chance to use what you already know and solve it. But we're going to start with discs, and we're going to draw discs to represent 420. So I have 400 discs, and 220 or 210 discs that represent 20. And I'm dividing it by 10, all of these. So if I just say and put one arrow, and I'm just going to say I'm dividing all of these by 10. This is going to become 10, this will become 10, this will become 10, this will become 10. But what about these two? When I divide each of these by 10, they're no longer 10, they are, that's right, 1. So what is my answer? 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, and 42. Remember, we can check that. Division, the opposite is multiplication. 10 times 42, what does that equal, everybody? That's right, 420. 420. Now, let's move on to our place value chart. We've been doing this for a long time, you guys. 401s, 10s, hundreds, 420. I'm dividing it by 10. That's a shift this way. So my answer is, still my answer is 42. Okay, let's go down and do place value understanding. All right, so some of us are realizing, okay, 42 divided by 10, that is just 1. 420 divided by 10, it's just 420 with 1 shift over, so that is 42. How you feeling? I knew you were going to say easy, so let's go on to one that's a little harder. Going to erase the work that I do, and I'm going to go on to B. 24,000 divided by 600. All right, I can do the same thing, right? 2 10,000 discs and 4,000 discs. And I'm going to take these all and divide it by, 600 this time. Well, that's going to be a little bit harder to show with discs, isn't it? Interesting. Well, how about if instead of using discs, I think of, well, I still need to divide this by 100, and then I have to divide it again by 6. Let's think about that. 600 is the same as 100 times 6. So if I divide it by 100 and then I divide it by 6, I'm going to get the answer. So 10,000 is going to give me, when I divide it by 100, it's going to give me 100. This is going to give me 100. 100. This one's going to be 100. 1,000 divided by 100 is going to be 10 and 10 and 10. Oh, this is going to be that 2 times, I'm sorry. 10 and 10 and 10. So that's going to be 240. But I need to divide it by 6. Well, 6 goes into 24 how many times? 4, and put on my 0. So my answer is going to be 40. Should I check that? Sure. 600 times 40. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 6 times 4 is 24. So I get the answer. Okay. Place value chart's not going to quite help us as much with this one. When we start to get where they're not my 10 divided by 10 divided by 100 divided by 1,000, when we start seeing this, 600 can be written as 100 times 6, so I can divide it by 100, and I can divide it then by, that's right, say it, 6. So 24,000 divided by 100 divided by 6. 24,000 divided by 100, that's 2 shifts, right? 1, 2. So that gives me 240 divided by 6. Or, that's right. What? 40. You got it. All right. So place value understanding starts to become a little bit easier. We just have to remember to factor 600 into 100 times 6. Okay? And we're going to do the last one. I'm not going to use discs. I'm not going to use place value because 9,000 could be written as 1,000 times 9. So I'm going to rewrite this as 180,000 divided by 1,000 divided by 9. All right. So 1, 2, this is 10 to the 3rd power, so I need to shift, when I do these, shift this over 1, 2, 3, so that gives me 180. I'm going to divide it by 9, ladies and gentlemen, and 9 goes into 18 2 times, and I have another 0, right? So my answer is going to be 20. There you go. I hope you enjoyed your fast concept map lesson.